Well, the first person I want to thank, quite serious, is that everything I've had that's been good in my life has come to me through the incomparable June Jenkins. She's my bride of 52 years, my sweetheart, my secret weapon, actually. To justify my inclusion in this terrific society, I went back and looked at everybody who was in it and did some statistics. It turns out that I have known 95 of these people when they were living. I've written stories about 73 of them. I've had cocktails and drinks with 47 of them, and I played golf with 24 of them. So I want somebody else to try to go up against that record. Just to drop a few names, some of the people I played golf with were Ben Hogan about 40 times, Byron Nelson, Sam Snead, Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, Gary Player, and even Babe Zaharias. I have to get around to Ben Hogan because I knew him better than any other writer. I played golf with him. It's true that he offered to give me a lesson one day after we played a practice round at Colonial. He said, if you will work with me 3 days a week for the next 4 months, you might be good enough to play in the National Amateur, qualify and play the National Amateur. And I said, Ben, I'm flattered, and I appreciate that, and I'm embarrassed to have to turn down an offer of a free golf lessons from the greatest player in the world, but I just want to be a sports writer. That's all I've ever wanted to be. And he looked at me like I'd seen him look at other people, with that cold stare, and you don't know whether you're going to get a bullet in the head or a dagger in your heart, and you're waiting, and you wait. Seems like an eternity, and then he kind of smiled and said, well, keep working at it. Well, that's what I've been doing for the last 60 years. And I guess I'll keep doing it till I topple over. And then they start to work on my tombstone. And I've already picked out 2 things. The first thing is going to be, I knew this would happen. But I got a better one. The better one is, you guys hold it down here. I'm off to the next great adventure. Thank y'all.
The Hall of Fame, great honor. I just can't say enough words about it. I did live, I still live only in Pontevedra, and I've never been to the Hall of Fame before. And now that I've been here, it's quite an impressive scene. My family are all here today, and my mum and dad obviously will be watching from above the clouds. My 2 sisters who are a lot older than me, they're back in England watching on the TV, I'm sure. And Stuart and James, Lonica and Quinton, work hard and your dreams will come true. And also, the person who has the biggest shoulders in the family is my wife, Yolanda. Thank you very much. And to finish with, the 9 core value, the first T we have, I think is a great skill that needs to be learned and taught to the young players. Respect and honesty and all these things. I think I've covered most of the points. Thank you very much, and I look forward to more drink later on in the evening.
I had no idea that the game of golf would take me down so many wonderful paths. I played pretty well. I got in my first Ryder Cup cap in 1953, went on to play in another 7 World Cups 10 times, winner of 20-odd tournaments. And then the chance of television came along, a journalistic experience, writing for a couple of newspapers, magazines, and so on and so on. But of all the places and things I've had, people say, which part of your life did you enjoy the most? I've enjoyed it all, because I've never really worked very hard at it, as dear old Gary Player will absolutely guarantee that he never saw me out practicing. I used to hit a dozen balls with a 2-iron. I was bloody good with a 2-iron, one of the most difficult clubs to use. And the ground was a bit rough, and if I hit sort of 7 decent ones out of 10, I didn't see the point in spending it all day long hitting any more. I knew how it worked, and if it went all right, it was fine. I must tell Tiger that one day if I get a chance to see him. I've loved every moment of it, and coming here. And this, I'm not saying this just because you're all here and everyone's looked after my wife and my son and his dear wife, Kelly Rose, while we've been here. I'm not just saying it because of all that, because people are expected to say it. This facility is the most remarkable I've seen in the world of golf. It's sort of golf's answer to Disney World to me, because you go to Disney World and you marvel at what was created there. The museum, the golf courses, the hotel. When you come in from the main road, the way the gardens are prepared, the trees, the staff, the volunteers, it's quite magical. And I've seen a fair bit of stuff in my time, but it is truly amazing the way they've done the museum, the way it's encapsulated all these personal bits and pieces of memorabilia. It's quite stunning, and quite stunning.
As you have heard, I could never accomplish anything without all of you. That includes not just my family, but the LPGA, the USGA, the entire golf community, and all my friends. You are all part of my success. Thanks. Making a 6-footer to win a major championship takes a lot of courage. I would like to think or hope I had 1/1000th the courage my dad had. My dad was with General Patton's 3rd Army in the Lorraine campaign. The replacement rate in his unit, the 26th Infantry Yankee Division, was over 500%. I know how he lived his life was due to what he experienced in World War II. He certainly loved life, and he certainly lived it to the fullest. I am lucky that Jack and Tilly fell in love. I am luckiest they love the game of golf. I dedicate everything I've done to my family. Thanks.
I just did want, though, to spend a couple of minutes and share a couple of thoughts about Phil tonight. And on the one hand, I'd like to congratulate him on behalf of the PGA Tour. You know, the main thing about getting into a Hall of Fame in a sport is how you performed on the playing field. And in the main thing, he has been nothing short of incredible. But also, I want to thank him for what he's done for the game and particularly for the PGA Tour. First of all, the contribution that he has made to the image of the sport. I have said so many times over the years that our image, the athletes in the PGA Tour and the LPGA, their number one asset is the image that they have and the image of the game. And Phil's contributions to that image have been numerous, many, and impactful. I want to congratulate you for your induction, but I also want to, on behalf of our tournaments, our sponsors, our volunteers, the charities that benefit from our tournaments, thank you for everything you've done to build the sport into what it is today over the first part of your career, and I wish you many more years going forward. Thank you very much, Phil.
I want to congratulate Dan and Peter, Sandy, Hollis for their induction this year. It's really cool, and it's an honor for me to be in the same induction class. And I think that they can attest that you can't start fulfilling your dreams until you dream big. You need a lot of people along the way to help you out, and we've all had people help us along the way. We've all had big dreams from the start. And I remember dreaming when I was a kid, before I could even walk, about playing the game of golf. I would watch my dad hit balls in the backyard, dreaming of being able to stand up so I could hit my first shots. And he gave me a cut-down club when I finally could walk, and I would hit balls in our backyard over and over for hours on end. I would sleep with those clubs at night, and I would dream about the game of golf. That's when golf became my passion, and that's when golf became the basis for my dreams. Bones is such a great man. He's a great caddy. He's a most loyal friend. When Amy got diagnosed 3 years ago, he and his wife Jen drove overnight to be with us the next day in San Diego. When Amy went through surgery, they were there through it all. And I cannot think of a better person, a better friend to have spent the last 19 years with along this journey than Jim Bones Mackay. I tried to... The way I see it is there are a lot of people that we are all in this together. From my management company that handles things behind the scenes, from fellow PGA Tour players, wives, and caddies, to members of the media, we are all in this together. This great game, we're all in it to promote this game, to enjoy this game, and enjoy the journey and the opportunities that it brings. I want to thank everybody for competing against me, for your friendship, for sharing this journey, for telling the stories the way the media do, for being a part of this whole journey. Again, this has been so much fun, and I love sharing this with everybody. I want to thank the fans, because the fans have made this such a fun ride. There have been a lot of highs and a lot of lows that we've shared together. There have been a lot of times where I've struggled, and it's been their energy that's helped pull me through. I've tried to reciprocate by launching drive after drive in their general direction. My mom and dad have given me every opportunity in this world to pursue and live the dream that I've always had, and I can't thank them enough for the sacrifices they've made. I can't thank my sister and brother for being genuinely supportive of my career and not competitive, for caring about my success. I am so lucky to have Amy, Amanda, Sophia, Evan, Gary, Renee, my family, to be a part of this journey, because sharing these moments with family members, those that you love, Steve Loy, Bones, and everybody I mentioned, it means and makes this so much more enjoyable and valuable. And I would just like to say that since I was a kid and first picked up my golf club, I've been living my dream. And I want to thank you for this great honor tonight. Thanks.